Hi, welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Chinedu, and I'm here to teach you on your daily life guide what you are expected to do as a person, as a being. Okay, so on today's episode, I'll be teaching you guys, or I'll be lecturing you guys on the topic that says children, birth, and upbringing. Okay, so let it goes on my previous episode. I talked about a situation whereby kids are being normalized to watch cartoons, play video games, play with their friends in school and stuff like that. Let's take for instance, do you know that parents these days, once their kids are up to 8 months, or let's say a year, even if the kids can't even do anything, they just take the kids to kindergarten, where what the person do basically is to feed them, clothe them, pack their sheets and stuff like that. Do you know parents of this generation do those things? You understand? So those things have become a usual kind of things in our society these days, but it's wrong. Irrespective of your career choices and the rest, you have to make provision for somebody, if possible, at your home. If maybe you are a parent and you are not available, you are too busy due to your career choices, you provide someone, maybe your immediate relative, that will stay with you and house the kids for you. It's better than taking it out to somebody that you don't even know, that you just paid off to take care of your kid. Maybe your kid is 8 months or just 9 months or a year. You have already taken the kid out to go and be treated by another stranger that you paid. It's very, very wrong. So starting from the upbringing of a child, there are things you are expected to do, okay? So if you pay attention to this channel, you will learn a lot of things, okay? So let's kick off. So what are the things your kids are expected to do to make them enhance their living as a kid, or as a child, or as children, depending? So what is moral impact? Moral impact have done a lot of things to children who value those things, to parents who inculcate those things in their kids. Let's take for instance, do you know that parents that stays in Onitsha, I'm talking from experience actually, people that stay in Onitsha, Anambra State, Nigeria, do you know what they basically do to their children? For those that are Catholics, do you know what they do? They will pick up their kids at their tender age, enroll them to mass server. Mass server are altar servers, people that help the priest to serve them during their worship and the rest. That's what basically what children, parents in Onitsha, Anambra State, Nigeria, does to their kids. I'm talking about the male ones. Why the female ones will join I've forgotten the altar stuff, but those people are responsible to beautify the altar and stuff like that. Some of them goes to choir and just to keep them busy morally. So in that places, they teach them a lot of things that has to do with their religion, things that the purpose of God, how to fear God and to serve God better in their little age. So that one is also better. So as a parent that is growing up a kid, try to enroll your kids to a moral society where those kids are being impacted positively and are being brought up with the right morals to help the kid grow well. Okay, so a situation whereby you allow your kids to go and play and engage with strangers, or let's say their street mates, okay, they learn a lot of things, both good and bad. That's why if you notice, if you kids are being engaged in cartoons, at some point they'll be like, mommy, buy for me Spider-Man, mommy, buy for me Superman, mommy, buy for me Hulk, Incredible Hulk. So those things have been part of them. They have been imbibed in their system to love those things, because you allow those things to exist in their life as kids. Let's not be let's not be driven away by what other kids are being taught, because majority of them are known to watch cartoons. But you can change narrative starting from your own kids. Make them to have more of their time in moral impact. Let them spend more of their time in engaging in religious activities that has impact in their morals. Okay. Then secondly is, as a parent that is enrolling your kids to school. Okay, school has a lot of things to do for your kids. The quality of school you enroll your kids matters a lot. Let's take for instance, let me use myself as example. When I was in primary school, primary five, I was not actually the best. I was around taking that seventh position or so, or let's say between sixth to seventh. Towards my primary six, normally they used to change teachers. Primary school now they will change your teacher, your form teachers. So on getting to primary six, the teacher that was handling us there knew my auntie at home. So what the woman do is that if I misbehave, she will run to my auntie and report me to my auntie, and my auntie will beat me. She will beat me. So stuff like that, she wanted me, beat me as a kid now. So you just have to take corrections. She noticed that I was not good in mathematics at all. And she was like, this boy, come here. Do you know that if you don't know mathematics, there is no possibility that you will become a banker tomorrow? Because she was asking everybody, what will you become in future? What will you become in future? I was like, I want to be a banker. I forgot that bankers are meant to study art. Do you know what that woman did? She knew that bankers has nothing to do with mathematics basically. Let's just be frank with ourselves. You understand? It's more of engineering that do more of mathematics in today present world. So I never knew that mathematics was never part of being a banker. But for the fact that the woman was like, for you to become a banker, you must know mathematics. And I didn't know mathematics. So I was afraid maybe the future will not be bright for me again. So what did I do? I went to my cousin brother that was not studying in the same primary school with me. The guy studied basic step. If you are in Onitsha, Feke, you know a school that is called basic step. It's one of the best primary school there. So my cousin happens to study there. So the boy was naturally good, gifted with mathematics. So what did I do? After my school, during weekends, I go to his house, study, because towards that time they were preparing for common entrance. So I'll go and study with the guy. Study. The guy taught me everything about mathematics, from A to Z, because he was my cousin now. So he was open to me, teaching me everything I knew. So what did I do? I stood up, learnt everything very, very fast, because I wanted to be a banker. This is the impact of having a good person around you. My form teacher is an act of change that made me to reflect in my life and take another step forward, a better step. So what's the benefit of those things? Imagine that I was not good in mathematics. When I went to my secondary school, my JS1 in Bishop Uzodike, as I said earlier in my last episode, do you know that in that my JS1, I was the best in mathematics? I had 60/60, every clean sheet. First term, second term, third term, overall best in mathematics in my secondary school was me, because of the impact that my form teacher in primary six did to me. She pranked me. She told me that bankers are meant to know mathematics, whereas logically it's engineers that do more of mathematics. Because I wanted to be a science student, but I chose banking, but I was kind of confused because I was a kid. So she was like, she pushed me that by telling me that if I want to be a banker, I must know mathematics. So I struggled to know it. So do you see the end result? I perfected. So all these things are making out good friends while you grow as a kid is very, very important. Okay. So if you are growing, you make out time to meet the best people that are in your circle, are in your race, people that have the same mindset with you. Just like, for instance, now you are in school, primary school, you are basically to read and pass your exams. There are some people that are more brilliant than you. Make them your friends. As a parent, encourage your children to go and meet those people and make them your friends. If possible, you as a parent should do it. Try to bond your child or your children or your spouse to the best people that are available in that system. Do you understand? It will help the kid to speed up and find his or her way through the whole process. You understand? So that's it. Then thirdly is cut time. The time is children spend on playing these days is alarming. Okay, when I was in primary school, my primary school happens to be giving me computer training. It's not about me, everybody generally. As little as primary school, they engage in computer training, Microsoft Word. So since if those things are possible, imagine of this generation whereby computer is everywhere. Those children tends to learn those things faster. If you are very, very familiar with children these days, they learn things very, very fast. Children of these days, you see a kid that is barely 2 years, he or she can operate a phone very very good, perfect, play games. Children of these days have the zeal to be better, to operate anything that they see. So why can't you as a parent use the opportunity to get those gadgets to them, make them handle those things and have good impact in their lives. Computer of this generation is one of the best thing anybody can learn. It's self acquisition, you understand, it's self skilled, you can learn it at your own disposal and start making money. So why can't you on that tender is buy computer for them, allow them to spend more time on those computer, operating it time to time. Okay, when they spend time on that computer they learn a lot, their brain are being advanced. They will not see time to spend on playing football and whiling away their time as the normal kids normally used to do. Okay, you see them exploring at their tender age, they are doing wonders. So to finalize this, another thing you understand is when a kid is growing up and he engages in secondary school activities, you understand, the school that the child attends is very very important. Let me make an illustration for you. When I was in school, do you know, it happens that there was a teacher, a master, he's actually a teacher by name Doro. Doro is his nickname. They named him Doro. I've forgotten his real name. If I could remember, I would say it. But he's popularly known as Doro. Do you know what that man was one of the genius that we had in secondary school. Do you know what the man did? The man brought out best in mathematics, best in physics, best in chemistry, best in biology, these four basic courses. He brought out the overall best in them. And you know, he assigned us to teach others. So every week, we tend to summarize everything that are being taught for that week in one night. So today, being Monday might be for mathematics students. They will come if you want to learn mathematics. The best overall best mathematics will tend to summarize everything that are being taught in mathematics that very day. So it happens that students started picking up. Okay, so the kind of secondary school build up you have also have impact on kids. So all these things are what are necessary to build a child or children to be a better person. Okay, so this is the part one of this episode, being childbirth and upbringing. There's a lot of things that is associated with children, both the positive and the negative. It depending on the pace and what you have set for the children to learn. So one is that, as I said before, moral impact. I want to do a recap of what I just said earlier on. One is moral impact. As a child, you have to enroll them to a religious body that teaches them the way things are done, the fear of God and every other thing. Secondly is having good friends that are setting records. For instance, maybe overall best in mathematics, make them your friend. Push your children to be their friend. Since they can do it, why can't your kids do it? They can still do it, okay? So that's the second point. Then the third one is cut short the time you spend on playing games. You understand? So by doing those things, you tend to be a better person. Okay. So peace and love. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. One love.